All right, and welcome back to our second match of the day. We have a Lime Killer here versus a Jadim Jedi. We have a Blood Spinner, Zorath on the bottom. Pretty typical Blood champion, although this might not be Mono Blood. You see here we've got Zinthix Silk in the hand for them. And on Jadim's side, we have Bardak the Butcher.
All right, so I don't know if everyone's playing along bingo. I filled out a square last game. I got a culmination for less than one. So if you're not playing bingo, you probably should be, because I'm about to give you the most free space that is available on here. One of the spaces, I believe, reads, Matt does not know what a card does. So
does a champion count?
A champion's a card, right?
Kinda. I don't know. They're not collectible. Is that... I'm going to give a judge.
Is there a judge? Tell me.
Klutz, does the champion count?
The square specifically says card.
Oh, man, it's not quite a freebie.
Well, I got good news. Since we are playing Bardak the Butcher, which I don't know exactly what it does, there's a very good chance that some more cards in Jadim's deck that I don't know what they do.
Okay, so we have Bardak the Butcher here, 22 health, and worth noting that we got our... we're well underway for the Dead of Winter spoilers. One of the changes that's going to be coming with Dead of Winter is Bardak's going to get 2 more points of health.
Wow.
So Bardak, for 6 charges, draws 2 cards and loses you 4 life.
Okay.
So the extra health points are going to be really good for this champion when that balance change comes, because this champion effectively starts at 18, right? Because like you're going to pay 4 health at some point and draw some extra cards. We see on Jadim's side of the table, it looks like this is kind of similar to the Blood Diamond.
The Renner?
The Paramedes.
Yes, Paramedes,
that top aided last weekend only with Bardak as the champion.
Yeah.
So we'll see here, Blood Ice lead off from Lime Killer. Could go either way on this Fate Weave. I'd probably expect a non-resource here, but I wouldn't be too surprised if we just guarantee that 5th shard.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
If you're Lime Killer, you don't really know what your opponent's doing when you see Bardak the Butcher, but you could probably assume it's something more mid-range or controlling.
Yeah.
And we see, there's actual Sapphire shards in Lime Killer's deck, which are a combo with the Bride of the Damned.
Yeah, definitely.
So Bride of the Damned, very powerful blood mid-range card, 3/3 with lethal. That says whenever you get a blood threshold, you give it a opposing treat -1/-1. But more importantly, if you get to 5 blood thresholds, she's going to take all of your opponent's stuff.
Yeah, she is one of the most powerful cards since she's been released. She just does it all, you know. She's basically just a Swiss Army knife for the mono blood style.
You see Lime Killer here practicing polygamy, multiple brides in their hands.
Pretty nice.
We have a Vampire Prince come down on Jadim's side of the table. It's the alternate art Vampire Prince. Those that aren't familiar with the Collector's Edition AAs. This card's pretty strong.
You actually can see, I think, if I remember correctly, in Jadim's hand, there's only one more resource in hand. So having a card like Vampire Prince, which can maybe possibly steal you one, let's see what happens here.
So the Vampire Prince hits them, and we see a third bride hit the bin for Lime Killer, which will probably see this Ice Fate Weaver resource to the top for Jadim, so he guarantees his 4th.
Yeah, this deck that Jadim's playing looks like it's pretty resource hungry also. So
yeah, we see 5, 6 drops in their hand, multiple 6 drops, right? We've got 2 from the Ashes and a Vampire Prince.
Yeah.
We see the bride come down here, and remember, you can't respond to them or playing a resource out here. So even though this bride's going to get strangled, it's still going to give this Vampire Prince -1/-1.
Yeah.
See the 4th resource come off the top here for Jadim. Good. Vampire Princess come down. So Vampire Princess is another AA. Is a 2/3 with flight and life drain. That when this one hits your opponent, instead of taking a card off their deck, you get to look at a card out of their hand. And if you find an action, you get to steal that action away from them.
Yeah. James basically just playing a bunch of vampires is what it looks like here. So wouldn't be surprised to see all of them in there.
We see the blood shard come out, and I like this really. This is a really conservative hero fall from Lime Killer. Just like they only have one action in their hand, but why risk it?
Yeah, and honestly, Vampire Princess is probably one of the better cards against Lime Killer's deck.
We see Jadim rip that 5th resource here, and Journey into Nightmare comes down, which this is a pretty powerful card advantage engine.
Yeah, Journey into Nightmare is pretty great. So at the start of your turn, you put the top card of each opposing champion's deck into your hand, and its thresholds just become blood. So you can play any card.
Any of their cards out of their deck, yep. And more importantly, like, you're just drawing 2 cards turn now. Yeah. In these mid-range matchups where both players' decks are full of quality threats and quality removal, that's a very potent card to have.
Yeah, definitely.
So we see another resource come off the top for Lime Killer. Don't really have any great lines on Lime Killer's side of the table. This Rylith and this Bride of the Damned both are like reasonably powerful, but you want to play them out and get value from them in the same turn generally.
Yeah, you can see the Dread Banner is going to be decent here, but like you said, Jadim's just going to be drawing multiple cards a turn, which is going to be pretty tough to beat from Limekiller's side, especially with how healthy Jadim is. And he's only one resource away, I believe, from activating the Bardak ability as well.
It does, in fact, cost 6 charges. Good memory.
Yeah, see, I'm so good at this.
So I do like running this Rylanthe out aggressively. So Rylanthe has a comes into play trigger that says each opposing troop gets Soul Cursed.
Yes.
Which what Soul Curse does is if one Soul Curse troop dies, they all die. So this, in conjunction with Piece of Removal, is what's the word I'm searching for? A sweeper effect.
It is.
We see a 6th resource come off the top for Jadim here, but most importantly, it's a slow shard, so we're not going to get to play any of our 6 drops this turn.
Yeah, I think, back to the point about the Rylanthe here, I think on Limekiller's side, he recognizes that Jadim is, oh boy.
Oh boy, so Jadim hit that champion. That 6th resource does give the champion power. Cockatrice.
Yeah, this card's really awesome. So as you can see, the Cockatrice also has another deploy trigger, where the target champion discards 2 cards, which you're almost never targeting yourself. I can't think of a way.
Correct.
That you are
Yeah,
usually.
none of the reanimator decks would want that effect.
Yeah. So, anyways, how it works is when you deploy it, it has that, but it also has a one-shot ability of basic, where it's not even a one-shot. Excuse me, it's a basic ability. So you use 3 resources, and you put this card from your hand back into your deck. And the same deploy trigger also happens where you get the targeted champion and they discard 2 cards. So this is kind of like just goes back in your deck. So it's discard spell, but you also get to put it back in your deck and draw it more times if you need to.
And most importantly, Limekiller's only got 2 cards left here.
Yeah,
so we're going to go
big.
from 2 down to 0 here. Be interesting to see the Vampire Prince come out here. And that could have gone either way, right? Because we have these From the Ashes in Jadim's hand to clean up the board. I like being a little bit conservative.
That's pretty good.
That is... If you could Demonic Tutor there and pick any card out of your deck,
That's the only card?
That's the one you wanted.
That's the only card, yeah.
Zenthos Malice. This, while looking kind of, unimpressive, it's important to note the Dreadlings are...
They are Spiderlings, which is pretty good with Zenthos Malice, believe it or not.
So this Dread Banner alongside the Zenthos Malice means that Limekiller's going to be able to make this card advantage back up and just start drawing an extra card every turn.
Yeah, now we both get to draw 2 cards a turn.
All right, sack that Dreadling, draw a card. Ooh, so we see the first Sapphire card come out of Limekiller's deck, the Librarian.
Yeah, the Librarian's pretty cool. Actually, this is really nice for the Halloween theme because the Librarian kind of looks like a sweet Halloween costume to me.
It looks like a kind of a scarecrow, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Librarian's going to be pretty solid. I think this From the Ashes is going to have to get deployed pretty soon here. So Librarian's pretty nice kind of catch-up style card.
Would you 1-for-1 a From the Ashes here?
I think because I have a second one, I would.
Yeah, I kind of like that. From the Ashes is kind of okay. So we got.
I mean, this is also like
Vampire Queen's fine too.
Yeah.
You're playing a little bit. I guess I was just saying you're playing a little bit loose with your life total, but these have life drain, so like that's not even particularly true. We see the Zenthos Silk come out that doesn't make any thresholds or anything for Jadim because we don't have any Venom on his side of the table.
Yeah, this is pretty good here. And honestly, playing out the Vampire Queen's okay too, because I think it kind of means that Limekiller has to like deploy more things to the board. Yeah.
Okay, we see Limekiller choose to deploy the Librarian as opposed to playing this Hero Fall on the Vampire Queen, and I guess the Vampire Queen isn't really the threatening one.
Yeah, this is gonna be pretty brutal though.
At this point, do you want to cash this in for 5 points of health and then From the Ashes?
Yeah, I think that's probably the line that
Do you get to grab the Librarian back from Limekiller's crypt?
seems okay here. Let's see how Jadim diagnoses this situation here.
And I think this attack with everything into the Rylanthe means that we are going to go ahead and cash in this From the Ashes, right?
Yeah, certainly seems that way.
Let's see if Jadim comes to that same conclusion, or if we're just going to add more Vampire Queens to the table. Either way, I think Jadim's ahead. I think Jadim could pick a card at random out of his hand and kind of be ahead here. But
Probably.
Yep. Okay. We see the From the Ashes snap off. So From the Ashes, in addition to destroying all the troops in play, it also brings a troop from Limekiller's crypt back into play under Jadim's control.
It is the Librarian.
We see the other ability on Zenthos Malice Galactic here. I like this. Limekiller's got a lot of extra health, so let's stack Jadim's deck full of eggs.
Yeah, I think Limekiller basically sees that he's going to have kind of an uphill battle as we're getting deeper into this game. So
main deck Verdict of the Ancient. This is game 1 in this matchup, and you see Verdict of the Ancient Kings. We are not messing around here. No block there. We'll go ahead and sacrifice and draw a card. Second Zenthos Malice, not quite. The second main deck Verdict of the Ancient Kings. It turns out when your opponent could use your cards against you, maybe these verdicts are a little scary.
Yeah, pretty rough beats there. Yeah, Jadim's just kind of stacked full of cards here. Has a couple removal spells, I guess, a counter spell, and then some giant troops. Limekiller's gonna have a hard time clawing back in this, even with the Dread Banner and the Zenthos Malice. But you never know.
I like the cheeky from Jadim here. We've got the Sapphire Threshold here. Nice. This does send a message to your opponent, though. I don't have Vita the Damned in my deck, right?
Yeah, it's
not completely free. Verge of the Ancient King's not going to do a whole lot against Vampire Queen here.
Believe it or not.
Limekiller continuing to press their health total advantage and put some more card eggs into Jadim's deck. I wonder if Limekiller's got access to Massacre in their main.
With a card like Rylynth, I'm not sure. That's
correct. Yeah,
tough.
That's really fair. Like if you have Rylynth, do you have room for other sweepers in your deck?
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
This Vampire Princess does play defense nicely here. We'll see if this Hero Fall comes out at end of turn or not. If so, I would be pretty surprised if it doesn't get out with the Verdict of the Ancient Kings.
Yeah, I think if you're Jadim and you just this makes sense, I guess. But if you just taken a Verdict of the Ancient Kings from your opponent, you're like, he might have more. So
I mean, I think Jadim's ahead regardless of how we slice this again.
The downside's pretty low.
Yep, something's going to get verdicted at some point anyways. You still get to hit him with your queen and your 1/1.
Yeah.
Oh, we're holding the queen back. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. You don't want to get hit by the Vampire Princess.
Yeah, you don't want to give up these things, yeah.
Notably, no Prince here from Jadim played out, so maybe we're hoping to cash in this second from the Ashes?
Yeah, I think he's just kind of waiting around, hoping Limekiller commits more things to the table, and then can, from the Ashes again, and that's probably the nail in the coffin.
Okay, we see the Strangle come across here, and at this point, I wouldn't be too surprised to see a chump block. Yeah, and then we're probably going to cash this from the Ashes in next turn.
Yeah, sure seems that way here.
Rizix comes off the top. That's actually the first Venom we've seen out of Limekiller's deck, right?
Yeah.
So Rizix helps enable those Silk that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
4/4 unblockable. Can only be played if there are 3 or more cards in a crypt. This card closes.
Yeah, this card definitely does a lot of work, and it's a very nice combo with the Dread Banner. So.
Yep. Yeah, the Dread Banner puts extra things in the bins.
Yeah, this is pretty good. Maybe we're not. It doesn't look like we're using.
Interesting. Okay, so we're hoping to get more out of this.
Yeah. Wow.
This from the Ashes. Okay. Oh, we're just going.
Never mind.
We're just gonna kill him.
Yep.
I like it. Let's just
fire
it up and get him dead. We've got all the unblockable cards. Remember, Limekiller's gaining 2 life every turn in addition to drawing extra cards. So this poking them for 1 with the unblockable is not going to end the game.
Yes.
I would like to note the deck sizes here. So Limekiller got 29 cards. Jadim's got probably 35-ish cards because Limekiller's activated this Malice a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
Is decking a real win condition on Jadim's side of the table?
That'd be so great because I have that on my bingo sheet.
I have that on my bingo sheet. You didn't think you were going to get that one either.
I really didn't. And, it honestly could be because Jadim is taking cards out of Limekiller's deck with the Journey.
Limekiller's deck is losing 3 cards a turn, maybe more, if we're sacrificing this Spider. Well, Limekiller has a very real path to victory here.
Yeah, this is great. We might have to pull the trigger on this from the Ashes here.
Yeah, Jadim is down to 13 here, and these are 3 unblockable power on Limekiller's side of the table now.
Yeah, I think we might be pulling the trigger on this from the Ashes sooner than later here.
I guess we could Hero Fall this Vampire Princess, right?
Yeah, it's not a bad line either. Man, if this Vampire Prince gets committed to the table, there's probably
second Dread Banner. How about 4 cards a turn off the top of Limekiller's deck?
Yeah.
Does that mean we're gonna deck out?
It's close. Yeah, I think now with the second Prince getting deployed, I think this from the Ashes is almost certainly happening. And
you have this Verdict of the Ancient Kings to try and make sure it resolves to this last card in Limekiller's hand.
This is a wild game so far.
There's been these mid-range interactive matchups, especially when both players are like never running out of cards. There's so many choices. I like the triple block here from DJ.
Like lots of life.
Do you want your card? Okay, choose it. You get your card, or I'm gonna get 5 health. Pick one. I would like my 5 health, please.
Yeah.
We see Lime Killer sacrifice the Dreadling. Not surprising there.
I can't get.
Is Lime Killer gonna commit this to Tribunal Magistrate?
I don't think so.
Oh lordy! If we weren't. So Tribunal Magistrate here, another payoff and another venom for enabling the silk gives all the spiders +1 power for every venom you control.
Yep. Yeah, I think I don't know. It's really tough because, man, that is so hard. Jadim is like pretty dead on the crackback if he waits, because it's going to give +1 attack, like you said, to all the spiders, which includes the. I mean that's pretty tough. Because he couldn't find another one.
You've seen from the ashes out of your opponent already. So, like, are you supposed to play around the second one? Like, Jadim's seen a lot of cards.
That was really tough.
Just to see an attack with everything here, I assume.
Yeah, probably.
Because I feel like if you're Jadim, you're giving Lime Killer 4 points of health, but you're giving yourself 5 points of health. So like, that's probably reasonable.
Yeah. Boy, that Tribunal Magistrate was going to be really good. Yep. Proper diagnosis.
What troop do you get back if you're Jadim?
There's a Rylant still in there? Is that good? I think it's probably just a Vampire Queen. Is that right? Is that in there?
We don't have a queen. We haven't played a queen.
Oh, there's not a queen on this end?
Of the table yet. Yep.
Maybe the Bride?
We have a Bride of the Damned. Okay.
And there's a Hero Fall and a Strangle in hand, so I think it's probably the Bride.
Yeah, maybe Bride of the Damned. Oh, we picked up Withering Gaze on Jadim's side of the table here, too, so we could spot check for...
Notable about the Bride of the Damned also, there's 2 Dread Banners, so Jadim would also get Dreadlings every turn.
Okay, yep.
Which I don't know if that's a winning line or not, but I feel like it is. Yeah, this is a good one.
See some damage come across here. Both players gain some health.
Yeah, Jadim's actually pretty healthy now from where he was.
Oh, the Prince buried another card too. We might see Lime Killer deck out. I'm hoping we see Lime Killer deck out at this point.
Me too. Just for bingo purposes, for my purposes, just whatever.
There's the From the Ashes as expected. We see the Tribunal Magistrate trigger and put 2 more cards. Interesting that we didn't see the Withering Gaze ahead of time.
Yeah, I guess. The verdict is.
You have the verdict. Oh, this makes sense. We're letting them draw an extra card first.
Sure.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, everything's gone.
We have the verdict to protect against the verdict anyway. So I
still think it's either the Tribunal Magistrate, I think, or the Bride.
Okay, so the Tribunal Magistrate is scary because you're drawing cards off of Lime Killer's deck. So if you put eggs in Lime Killer's deck,
that's true.
Okay, I think I like taking the Bride here. We'll see what Jadim does with it. Jadim agrees with our assessment.
Yeah, making Dreadlings every turn is going to be pretty good. This is going to be really bad because this Fenthiel is almost certainly getting deployed, and then we have a Hero Fall on Jadim's end of the table to get it. So it's going to be pretty brutal for Lime Killer here.
See 2 Dreadlings come across here.
Yeah, I don't feel like the decking is going to happen. I'm so sad.
I am very sad too. Lime Killer, you're my horse. Come on now. We need someone to get buried out here.
Yeah, just play it out.
We could see a piece of removal come off the top here.
That is true.
See the Dreadling immediately pop back over. Ooh, there's a Strangle before we could.
Smart.
So the little bit of medium sequencing on Lime Killer's side of the table here should have waited to play this Fentio out until we've drawn cards with our Dreadlings.
Yeah. Yep.
Wait, didn't we Fate Weave? Why did we Fate Weave a resource to the top of our deck?
Not sure. I didn't see.
We did play an Ice that turn, right?
Fall here too. Yes, I believe so. I need a game log. I forgot.
If Jadim Hero falls, then he loses his Fentio.
No. No.
See, he lost a Fentio, man.
It is not how that happens.
Oh. Lime Killer Fate Weaved because probably expecting to have Jadim draw a resource, not realizing that they were going to.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah,
Attack come across for 5 here.
I mean, Lime Killer still has a ton left in the tank too.
Correct. The scary part
drawing
is
3 cards.
Drawing 3 cards a turn is less good when there's tarantulas in your deck.
Yeah, but guess what? You're at this point where you just have to do it.
I've got my bingo stamper ready here. I'm getting this ready here.
You have tarantulas?
Tarantula egg drawn. Top right of my bingo card here.
Well, I have win via Barry still, so I'm just holding on.
I'm just holding that tight here. Where's Where's my tarantula egg? Draw some cards here, Lime Killer. I believe in you.
No.
3 eggs, 21 cards. Now, come on. 3 eggs, 20 cards. Dang it, Bobby.
Yeah.
All right.
Lime Killer. If you're not going to lose via Barry, please concede before the terror happens.
Oh, jeez. What if Jadim draws the tarantula egg off the journey? Into
Yeah,
that
I was going to say.
we dodged again.
It could be dodging.
We didn't attack with Bride of the Damned. Why wouldn't we attack with Bride of the Damned there?
Yeah, I don't.
I like this.
Really know.
Just
load 'em up.
max the eggs.
Load them up.
You're gaining 4 health a turn, Lime Killer.
Yeah, Jadim hasn't drawn a card this entire game. He has 63 cards in there.
63 cards.
There it is.
Up! Bingo!
I'm out of here. I'm done.
I don't get to say bingo till I win, right? Is that how this works?
The lucky Hoglin strikes again.
I've filled in a square on the thing. Like if you have to choose between lucky and good, Matthew, choose lucky.
Always, every time. Man.
So there are now 6 tarantula eggs in 19 cards.
Just let
One in 3-ish. Ooh.
Okay. I'm feeling okay. We get the fight back, though.
We have a verdict for this is the 3rd verdict in Lime Killer's main deck.
Yes. This game has been awesome.
It's been a lot of good back and forth here.
What are we taking here? Is it the...
We're definitely killing the
Fentia?
Bride of the Damned,
The
right?
Bride, yeah.
You gotta get the Bride off the table.
Look at this.
Verdict, your verdict. All right, I feel like decking's back on the table here.
See, at the beginning of this game, I didn't know what Bardak the Butcher did, but now I do. It decks your opponent.
It decks your opponent, yep.
It's a learning experience for everybody.
Please draw tarantula egg, Jadim. Please draw tarantula egg. Yes! Justice!
This is
So this tarantula
awesome.
egg. This
And there's spider eggs.
And we're drawing spider eggs?
Lime Killer might win this game.
Mind Killer might actually win this
Look at
game.
this. We're going off. How many is it? Do we have that on,
Do we
one
not,
of the sheets?
do we have a bingo card
The
for
multiples
like
in a row?
5 spiders? I feel like 5 spiders is a thing.
We had 2 plus eggs in a row earlier.
Two plus eggs in a row. That one hit already a while back.
Dang it, 2+. We set the goal so low.
Yeah, that's...
We would have hit it.
We didn't hit it.
I think we have decked 50% eggs.
I don't have that one.
I thought we
Man.
Nope.
If you guys are keeping up at home, man, let us know when you hit the bingo pieces. Light them up.
All right, and how Jadim is suddenly pretty behind.
Yeah, this is pretty brutal stuff.
I thought for sure that Lime Killer was losing this game, either via decking or something.
If you told me that Lime Killer wins this game after what I just saw, I would never have believed you. I'm gonna take the quote free blocks.
So if you're Lime Killer at this point, do you draw cards with your Dreadlings anymore or no?
I don't think you can. I don't think you have the luxury anymore.
There's 9 tarantulas and 20 cards.
And I think on Jadim's side, I think he's going to have to strangle this tarantula to try and buy time for more of the tarantulas.
Most definitely. You see Jadim agree with your assessment there.
There's one more strangle in hand from Jadim. Yeah, this game's going to be really close. It's going to depend on the tarantula eggs in Lime Killer's
and who's drawing them, right?
Yes, exactly. I mean, it's...
All right. That's going to kill... It's going to kill Exarch
the
on the egg.
yeah.
This lets you block... Oh, we're killing the unblockables. That makes sense.
Sure. Yeah, you got to try
that. Okay.
Try and stay alive.
Not what my gut said to go with, but it's definitely...
It makes sense.
Yeah.
This is the wildest game. So this is kind of close from Lime Killer's end too. Do you get?
Geez. Look at
that is scary.
The stones on Lime Killer.
I would say Lime Killer has just the
massive
steel gut. Yeah.
Just what are there? There's 8 tarantula eggs and 17 cards right now. Oh jeez.
That's really good. We
get another. We get another Dread Banner.
Oh man. I would never have done this, but this is awesome.
This was, and you can see the Exarch of the eggs lit up there as well because they put 4 more eggs into Jadim's deck.
Yeah.
66 cards on Jadim's side.
I was wondering how much Lime Killer could reasonably attack for this turn, and since they hit the second Exarch and the second Webborn, it's just very clear that you can attack with everything.
Just chip in.
Yep.
Yeah,
fire them up.
It.
Yeah, go nuts.
Just more eggs, 70 set all the way. Yes.
Can we get a 10 plus in a row here?
All in on the eggs. Love it. Oh, we drew a tarantula too. Oh, baby. So we missed on eggs out of Jadim's deck, but Jadim hit on an egg out of Lime Killer's deck.
This is awesome. Jadim has 72 cards currently in the deck, and Lime Killer has 15.
15.
This is awesome.
Yeah. And half of these are tarantulas.
Yes. James just looking for another From the Ashes, right? At this point, like,
yep, that is our card to kind of get us out of. It's like our card so we can keep swimming, right? Like we're not getting out of the pool. We get to keep swimming.
Is he dead on board here?
Is he on board? No, he's not dead on board, right? You get to block the tarantula.
But we have 3.
We could see tarantulas come out of the side of the deck too. Yep. I mean, this deck is half tarantulas at this point. Okay?
Yeah. All right. Well,
I'm gonna eat another unblockable
I'm hoping
here.
for a From the Ashes just because there's 13 cards left.
We might
I still have the berry still on the table, guys. The berry's still on the table. I don't want to hear it's not. Okay, the game's still going on.
Whoa, God, we're still drawing cards.
Okay, listen. I've known you for a long time, and you're mad at somebody for drawing cards. This is a new low for you. This is a new low for you.
We drew a Vampire Princess. That's innovation. We're done drawing cards now, right? There's no way we pull the trigger again.
Look, man. There's resources available to draw more cards. That's all I'm going to say.
We could also just load more eggs into Jadim's deck. We could get this deck into like the triple digits worth of eggs.
That's our next one. We got to save that for next time we do coverage.
Next time we go cards break out. And Jadim's going down to 5 here, which means with this Vampire Princess, Lime Killer only needs to hit a good lord, just what?
Yes.
If he would have done it pre-combat, he'd have killed him. He'd have killed him. He'd have killed him with the.
And you were mad he was drawing extra cards.
Is that a punt? That has to be a punt, right?
I don't know which one
is. If you're gonna draw,
what is drawing more cards or not drawing enough cards?
Not drawing enough. And now there's 10 cards. Are there like 6 tarantula eggs and 10 cards right now?
There might be 10.
So we're a favorite to hit a tarantula on Jadim's side of the table here. Whoa, buddy!
Oh boy!
And a spider egg and another spider egg.
This game was awesome.
This game was this is one of the best games that Hex I've watched.
I'm gonna write Game of the Year. Next to my notes here.
Next to my notes. Oh geez, more eggs. I'm really glad that Lime Killer didn't. There's a dark card of Nulzan in Jadim's deck.
Yeah, I also saw a Gallows Ghast, notably, which is also very notable for my bingo sheet.
Also notable for my bingo sheet. I think I have a Gallows Ghast card on here too. 10 plus power Gallows Ghast.
Yeah.
We get to Hero Fall the Tribunal Magistrate. All right, we're still dead on board to these. Oh jeez. We took, was that 2 more Tribunal?
Yeah. Is there only tarantula eggs left?
I think there's,
please let it happen.
6 tarantula eggs in here, or 5 tarantula eggs.
Please let it happen.
I think there's like 5 tarantula eggs in here.
Please let me win by the decking.
Is his deck all tarantula eggs? I think his deck is all tarantula eggs.
I am so upset right now. I have never been more upset in my life. I am so upset.
You're very unlucky, Matt.
Unbelievable. I'm just going to put a big X through that space right now because this was my game.
This was the game. And it was going to happen. It was going to be in this match. This one right here. So we have a lethal attack here, finally, from Lime Killer. All right, we're going to go ahead and bring it on back to the booth here.
This was my game.
I just 3 plus champion activations, right?
I don't think I have that. No.
I thought for sure we had that.
Guys, that was my game. That was my game. You see this? Win via Barry. That was my game. Took it away from me. Man, that was a wild one. I hope you guys are having as much fun as we are today.
Everyone having a great Saturday, great weekend. Good luck to everyone that's bashing here today. And we saw Jadim Jedi, another player that has had a lot of Hex success here. Let's go ahead and take a look at Jadim's player slide here before we head on into our second game, see if Jadim can tie it up. So Jadim Jedi here, member of Team Dragonborn, the 36-year-old from the United States. We have 2 Hex Clash top 8s and 1 Cosmic Crown Showdown top 8 under his belt. Looking to get that first bash top 8 today.
Yeah, looking pretty good. Deck's pretty sweet. For a champion, I didn't know what it did. I mean, his deck is just full of good cards.
And Jadim, a fan of a lot of different board games. Those are what we did before video games, right?
Yeah, like in the dark by candlelight, I believe is how they worked out.
Knows embarrassingly little about the Star Wars universe. How do you end up with the name Jedi and not know much about Star Wars?
Yeah, how is the surname of your name Jedi and you don't? Come on. That's it. I had enough.
All right. At any rate, let's see if our Jedi, who's on the bottom of the board here, can head on down and tie up this game here. Lime Killer up up 1-0.
Yep. Man, that was...
We're going to go ahead and... Actually, you can see, note here, Jadim using his Hex Invitational 2015 sleeves, just like Sirius, the member of that first 100K that Hex had in 2015.
Vampire Princess in the opener here.
Yeah, Vampire Princess, we have pretty good hand from Jadim. It's a little bit slow, but as that last game proved, this is not a matchup about speed.
Do you remember when we were trying to figure out if the From the Ashes was like the card that could unbury him from that spot?
There's an Eternal Seeker.
There's an Eternal Seeker.
Eternal Seeker. So this is a card we saw out of the Reanimator deck. I don't believe Jadim has a way to cheat this in this way. We're just looking to play a 7-cost Eternal Seeker.
Sure, just the fairest of cards. Runebind's and Lime Killer's
We
deck
see
also.
Runebind and Lime Killer's hand here. How do you like Runebind in a matchup like this?
It's pretty tough, I think, because you're not really tempoing Jadim out, I guess. I don't know.
It's good at saving your own things from removal, right? Because Runebind's one of those really cards. It's subtly powerful because it's so flexible.
Yeah, it's pretty close here on that card.
So Runebind, for those unfamiliar here, it shuffled around there. It 1-cost quick action that turns a card on the chain or in play into a Mysterious Rune.
Yeah.
So Mysterious Rune kind of puts a card into the stasis state where it's going to stay as this constant until the controller of the Mysterious Rune gets to draw. Gets to have a resource enter
Into
their
hand, yeah. It's okay, kind of in a tempo-y thing, such as like this Vampire Princess. He doesn't really have a way to remove it here.
Yeah, you can see that
you might have to...
This slow shard having a very real cost on Lime Killer side of the table. We can't Hero Fall this Princess, so unless we Runebind the Princess, we're going to have a chance to lose a card out of our hand.
Yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah, I think...
Lime Killer drew all those cards with all his Tarantula eggs in the deck and chooses not to gamble here.
Man. Yeah, that's tough.
I like being conservative for reference, but Lime Killer struck me as more of a gambler after the hits that we took in the last game.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, Lime Killer's hand's pretty sweet.
Do you play the Tribunal Magistrate here or the Vampire Princess?
It's pretty tough. I think the Princess is better because it's going to hold back this Vampire Prince.
On top of that, too, we see the Hero Fall in Jadim's hand.
The multiples. Yeah.
Like, losing a Tribunal Magistrate out of the hand, while good for some players' bingo cards, would not be good for Lime Killer in this game.
Yeah, it's pretty good here.
And we see the trigger get pulled on the Vampire Princess here, and I like killing that. So we've baited the removal spell out, and now we can hopefully play the Tribunal Magistrate out and not worry about it getting Hero Fall.
Yeah, this is pretty good. Lime Killer does need a few shards to make the hand go, but this is pretty solid. I mean,
okay, and we're being conservative from Lime Killer's side of the table. We're choosing to not, again, we're waiting because we have this Verdict of the Ancient Kings to play the Tribunal Magistrate with. You know what you can't Verdict?
Yeah, this is going to be pretty brutal. The Promoter Cockatrice is probably one of my favorite cards in the game right now.
It's very subtly powerful. And just the fact that it can't be interacted with via cards like Runebind and Verdict of the Ancient Kings just makes it even more powerful.
Yeah.
So just the purest of 2-for-1s here. What have you been here? Probably.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah.
Yep. And so now you have like free reign to like play out your Magistrate and not worry about losing a second one because it's already gone.
Yep. It's going to make this Exarch light up too, which is good.
Jadim, notably only one resource away from having another champion activation here. Or from his first champion activation, sorry.
Yes.
So Darkheart, kind of awkward with this Mysterious Rune, right?
Yeah.
You could play the Darkheart, and then Lime Killer is going to lose an Exarch of the Egg, but then Jadim is going to lose his Mysterious Rune on the backswing. So we see Vampire Princess as the play, likely because of that.
Yeah, it's kind of a little back and forth. Here you go. Lime Killer hits the 5th resource here for the champion power here. It's going to be...
Which you don't have to activate their Dread Banner. And notably, Tribunal Magistrate makes the Dread Banner Dread Link larger.
Yeah. This is going to be good. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to play the Bride of the Damned here, especially because Jadim has shown the From the Ashes before, so Lime Killer playing around that a little bit here with this Bride of the Damned.
I like the Hero Fall sequencing. All right, DJ Darkheart in the house.
Yeah, we've given up on the Mysterious Rune here, it looks like.
And we are committed to Mysterious Rune not happening. I like this. We've seen a Hero Fall out of Lime Killer already, so like just Darkheart's likely going to stick around and apply some pressure to Jadim's or Lime Killer's board. We talked about the Sapphire Shards being combos with the
with the Bride.
The Bride earlier. Little touch awkward. Really don't have a lot to do on Lime Killer's side of the table. I guess we could play this Bride out to sacrifice next turn.
Yeah, I'm not feeling very good here from Lime Killer's side of the table.
Worth noting that even though Lime Killer has this Dread Banner that makes a Dreadling every turn. The Dark Heart trigger happens before the Dreadling comes into play because the active player's triggers go on the chain first, which means that the non-active player's triggers get to resolve first. All right, we got a little bit of Dark Heart shrinkage here. The Bride is active now, so probably see an attack with the Bride here, since it's if Jadim chooses to block, they will get the Dark Heart.
Jadim has some interesting choices here, so, like, I don't know.
I feel like you want to just block the Dreadling here, right?
Yeah, I think so. He needs a resource for the From the Ashes. You could get a little aggressive and try and block the Bride, and then you got to kind of hope to hit a resource here, though.
Cockatrice.
Not as good at this point in the game.
Less good when they don't have a hand.
Yeah, this one's going to be kind of close. Jadim's missing a bunch of resources here.
This Dark Heart is going to slowly whittle Lime Killer out of threats, though, right? We're going to see a Spiderling go away. If they hadn't hit that Spider Egg, they would have lost one of their 2 important cards in play. So another resource come down for Lime Killer here and shrink the Dark Heart yet again.
Yeah.
Bride gets the freest of attacks here.
Yeah, definitely.
Remember, this champion power from Jadim costs 4 points of health. So even if we hit that resource, there's a very real cost associated with it.
Yeah, this one's going to be close. Jadim starts hitting some shards off the top. It's going to be pretty hard for Lime Kill to get back in it, though.
If we see 6 into 7, these Eternal Seekers are going to run away with the game, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
There's 6. Probably see a
and then
threshold.
There's an activation here still sitting there for Bardak.
Interesting. Okay, so we're passing back again.
That could be good. When your opponent attacks, you know it's all bad from there.
All right, Bride is gone. Bridezilla is no more. Lime Killer running on empty here.
Yeah, not looking good on Lime Killer's end of the table here.
What are the odds this Dark Heart goes the distance?
I'm pretty good, I think.
Nine more turns. Let's go.
Pretty good, I think.
Off to the races.
What are the chances that Jadim just doesn't use his Bardak ability?
Ever?
I don't think that's ever happening.
Is there a use no champion ability
Subterfuge.
Square? Oh, there's a no player uses a champion square, right?
Yeah, we're past that one.
Oh, no, it was just supposed to be one champion. Like a player doesn't use it, so that would count if he doesn't.
Subterfuge. Look at target champion's hand. Choose reveal a non-resource card from it. Transform that into a different card of the same shards. So, again, the gambler at heart here.
Sure. Pick your favorite, I guess.
This is pretty good against Eternal Seekers. A lot of the shardless cards are resources, right? But I guess do you want to give Jadim a second resource?
But yeah, you're just like all kinds of different ways.
Okay, we got rid of the Cockatrice and do a Noxious Glory.
Hey, look. All right. This Dark Heart might really go the distance.
Have to discard.
That's super unlucky. So
Pretty unlucky.
Just discard this Noxious Glory just to be like, listen, this is where we're at. Yep,
perfect. It's like, I know how you're dying, and it is.
Okay.
Oh no, we don't get the Abomination either, because it's a 0/0.
That's rude stuff.
I literally just added 0/0 Abomination.
Just rude. Just rude.
Okay, there's the Journey Nightmare. Oh, jeez. The Ancient Kings have the final word, Matthew.
Yeah. Jadim has 7 cards in his hand.
Are they just 7? And we have 2 in the bank, right?
Yeah, just hanging out. Okay. I mean, Lime Killer's doing their best here.
He's go threat here, right?
Yeah, you just have to make him have it.
Snap it. Yeah, they're at 14. Let's just kill him.
Yep.
And this Vampire Prince, if it connects, it can start whittling down Jadim's life total. Never mind. Just kidding. Nothing's whittling down nothing here, Matthew.
No, we're just gonna hang out.
Only 25-minute games where decking is an option.
Oh, how big is that?
Play the Gallows Gas?
How big is that, please?
It only gets bigger when it's in your hands.
I know, but I'm just so sad. No, just hang on to it for like 20 more turns.
I like this speed, evasive.
This is great.
Let's just get him dead.
This is definitely great. Another Subterfuge.
How do you feel about Subterfuge in matches like this?
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan. Withering Gaze is another card that's kind of like that in these matchups where I don't. You can see you're living off the top a lot of the time.
Correct. Yeah, these games a lot of times they feel like they come down to one player being able to affect the board.
Yeah,
and you can see Lime Killer just takes a little bit of information with him on the way out the door.
Absolutely.
There. Yeah. So it looks like they were able to force a game 3 there. So let's go ahead and head on into... Let's head on down to the third game here. Players are tied up at 1-1. Let's see who can walk away the victor here.
Remember when you said Lime Killer's a gambling kind of person?
Yep.
And then here we are.
Two shards on the play.
Yep.
Can't play
Two
this
shards,
Xanthos
not double blood. Yeah.
We see Jadim, powerful reserves card in his hand here.
Scouring Light.
Scouring Light, destroy all constants. Worth noting though, this includes your constants.
Yeah, it's pretty
which
wild.
Means should
the mysterious runes.
Not only the mysterious runes, but the journey into Nightmare too.
Yes.
So you're gonna have to make sure they don't have a journey out.
Just like we drew it up.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Perfect. No malice on 2. What could you possibly be hoping to verdict on 2 here?
Maybe a discard spell or something like that. I'm not really sure what.
Okay.
Like maybe a Withering Gaze or something along those lines.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. Small technical difficulty there. So, yeah, that is a Bride of the Damned there. Small bug. Oh, right. And then the subterfuge, and they all go away here.
But my gallows gas.
So gallows gas up to a 5/5 here.
But my gallows gassed.
Here to be able to do. So the replay client is in beta on Hex. So when a player plays a discard spell, a discard card that looks at their opponent's hand, we get to play the guessing game here of what they have left. So they had a Scouring Light, a Gallows Gas, a Bride of the Damned,
and a Vampire Queen.
Vampire Queen. Yeah, and the 2 Journey to Nightmares.
Yeah, I was so good last time about writing them down before we did, and here we are. What?
We say a Might and Malice get created off the subterfuge here.
Oh, God.
Deals 1 damage to an opposing troop, and target troop you control gets +1/+1.
Yeah.
Permanently. Ooh, and we hit the Might and Malice.
Hit the Might and Malice, that's why. Yeah, okay.
It's pretty good.
Bless you. Okay.
And a Hero Fall.
Here we go.
We got a verdict. Yep. And there's still a Scouring Light in Jadim's hands here, too. So, it's Vampire Princess threatening to take that away here. I like this Tribunal Magistrate. Do you have a piece of removal? If you do, you're going to get some eggs. Jadim slowly fighting through here. We've got a 6th resource here, which does enable them to draw 2 cards here with their champion power.
Oh, God, what is that? That's a prince.
Picked up a Vampire Prince and a Diamond Shard here.
He has 6 cards.
Not in a stellar spot. They can play the Journey to Nightmare here, but their life total is just under a lot of duress currently. And remember, every card they play out is putting more eggs into their deck on the back of the Tribunal Magistrate.
Yeah, it doesn't look great. Jadim's going to need a From the Ashes here pretty quickly.
And Lime Killer missing on resources, but still able to play to the board pretty efficiently here. Whew. And now we've got a 1 in 5 chance of taking the Scouring Light away from Jadim.
There's a 2nd Journey in, is that right? He saw the diamond.
Yep, he has a 2nd Journey and a...
2 Journeys, Diamond, Prince, Light, Queen.
Yep. All right, there's the From the Ashes.
There's the time. Yeah, perfect. Called shots.
Snap it off. What do you take here? Probably the Princess?
Maybe the Fentia.
Do you really remember what happened when we put Tarantula in their deck last time with the
I had like some really bad flashback there, and I was like, Fentia? Never mind.
Never mind. No, yep, that's a little game 1 PTSD there. All right, finally find a 4th resource on Lime Killer's side of the table. But again, Lime Killer's not really in that bad of a spot.
All the way up to 30?
I guess the board's kind of stabilized here, and Jadim is drawing 2 cards a turn. So it's a little bit scary from Lime Killer's side currently.
Yeah, and I think didn't we say there's a 2nd Journey in hand also?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So 3 cards a turn, that's quite a bit.
That is a lot of cards.
Just like jamming it.
You could play your 3 2-drops here. You could go Vampire Prince Journey 2. It's a little bit bad against Hero Fall, but like if you have 2 Journeys out, do you really care if you lose a card out of your hand?
That's fair. Double Prince is the line.
Okay, Double Prince. Do you play the Exarch of the Egg and put eggs in your opponent's
Sure,
deck?
I mean, why not, right? You just... Let's see.
Brick on a 5th resource.
Yeah.
Again here from Lime Killer's side of the table. We have a lot of options, but you see when you can't get into that double card turn range as quickly as you would like Jadim's on 8 resources here, so we're pretty far behind here as Lime Killer at this point, I think.
Yeah, it's not great.
That From the Ashes really generated the tempo that Jadim needed to take control of this game. Runebind is super powerful here.
Hit the blood. Ooh, baby.
Just the so this Bloodstone
5?
here.
Is it 4? Oh god.
This Bloodstone here deals damage to every vampire you control and gives you that much health. So we're gonna see this Bloodstone come down for 4 points of health.
That's a big one.
8-point swing off a resource here is kind of huge. Finally finding a 5th resource here on Lime Killer's side of the table, but I think this is too little too late.
It's probably too late. But I have Scouring Light destroys 3 constants on my bingo card, which is very much more important than this game is.
So if we see the Malice come down here, we might see the Scouring Light clean everything up.
We could. The Runebind might. No, we're not playing those. That's us.
Oh, geez, we could Runebind the Magistrate and then Scouring Light to kill everything.
Sure could.
Jadim, just do it because it's classy, Jadim.
Yeah, it's great.
That's all I want out of it.
That's a second Scouring Light now?
Yep, looks like it.
Oh, baby. Yeah, this one's pretty much.
Just do it because it's sweet, Jadim. We believe in you.
Do it because it's sweet.
Do it for the walls. Second journey. Okay, Scouring Light's not getting played.
Scouring Light's off the table.
Off the table at this point. All right, another Tribunal Magistrate here.
A pretty big Dreadling.
Make this Dreadling a 5-power troop.
Liar. Oh, I got a good feeling about Scouring Light.
No way, we're going to see Vampire Pits here.
Does not say 3 opposing constants.
Correct. It just says 3. I got a good feeling about the Scouring Light.
All right, Vampire Prince down, I assume here. I guess we could potentially be killing one of the children as well.
Yeah.
Okay, because that could be a princess, which would be more scary.
Yeah. I got a good feeling about the Scouring Light, everybody. Yeah, I feel like Malice is the only way Lime Killer's really getting back in the game, honestly. Yeah, transformed into a prince. Oh, baby.
Just the world is Jadim's oyster at this point. We're drawing 3 cards a turn. We're
7.
We're life draining for 7, just like 14-point swing. Bury some cards off your deck.
Ooh.
Put some eggs in your deck. Small sequencing mistake here on Jadim's part. Should have put eggs in before we buried 2 cards.
Yeah. I believe.
Or maybe we're not making eggs since we're drawing cards off of their deck.
I believe in you, Scouring Light.
Okay, it's a librarian.
Yes, it is.
I feel like the writing's on the wall at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't look great. All right, this is my chance.
This is it. If there is ever going to be a Scouring Light that kills your 2 cards here, it's definitely this.
Yeah, if I get unlucky in both of these games, I'm not coming back. I'm just not coming back. I'm done.
Can't win at bingo ever.
I can feel it.
Yeah, you want to draw your 2 cards on your turn first, so we can Scouring.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is the freest of extra cards. He's got to do it, right? I feel like it's happening. It's gonna be a 5-er too.
It's gonna be a 5-er too.
I'm feeling it.
Come across for 7 again here. If we hit a Bloodstone,
no, not the Bloodstone.
If we hit a Bloodstone, the game is over. We got 2 shots of Bloodstone.
No, Scouring Light, please, not the Bloodstone. All right, we dodged.
We dodged the Bloodstone.
I dodged for one turn. I'm about to be the greatest bingo player of all time. I can feel it. I can feel it, everybody. I mean, you don't play Scouring Light in your reserves just to not play it against triple constant, right? There's no way. Oh, boy. Just why not?
Well, we're at 30.
A wealth of riches.
Just everything you want, really.
He has 9 cards
You don't
now,
have to
too.
discard a card. You might as well Scouring Light.
Jam it. Yeah, let's go. Yes! Yes! I'm going to light that one up. That was good. I'm going to light it up once we get back here.
And the
we're
From the Ashes thing. I like it. I like it. Don't give them...
You like
well, because if they hit you with the Librarian, they could hit a From the Ashes.
That's true. What's in there?
I hope he takes a troop that's not lethal so we get more turns here.
Just like takes a Dreadling.
Yeah. Yeah, draw more cards. This is good.
Classic.
Oh, the Vampire Prince is lethal.
Rude.
Just inconsiderate.
We're going to get to play
Good, we
more.
got to strike. We get to play some more. Good.
No.
All right, Lime Killers. Had enough there.
All right, man.
Let's go ahead and we'll be back soon. Hang out, folks.